How come you're always the first person in, Delon?
Oh, hello. It's just me again. It's your boy.
But how are you always so quick at getting in?
I go in beforehand, and I
What do you
just
mean?
wait. I wait.
You
So
lurk.
at 2:28 I go in, and then once it starts, it just automatically make me go in. You know.
No, but I'll take your word for it.
It's your boy, Daniel Young. Always coming in hot.
Mr. Hendro,
Yes.
Mr. Hendro, is this mandatory?
I do want to check in. I need to make sure that.
Okay.
What I wanna
Okay,
make
tell the
sure-
class.
What I want to make sure is everybody has got the essay, the critique essay from their critic. Yeah, I don't like that word.
Okay.
Why is only two of you here?
Oh, patience. Patience.
I'm never patient.
Well, how long did you have to wait for your wife?
What do you mean?
Was it like right after I left, your wife came?
I do. Yeah, we were in the car for quite a while. At least for quite a while. 10-minute trip.
You're a lucky man.
40-minute wait time in the car. Yeah. No. It's okay. We're still alive.
You guys, happy family, right?
Always. Senang, happy. Seriously, only the four of you? I mean, the three of you?
What are we even doing?
I want to make sure that everybody's got the essay.
I didn't critique the second one. I didn't finish it yet.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not asking if you've done it. I'm making sure that everybody has received their first essay from the other person.
Oh,
Yes, I received it.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure.
And I know Jonathan did.
For some reason, Tim gave me his essay yesterday. So for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I was like, what the heck do I do? So oof. I only started it yesterday.
You'll be fine. I hope you'll be fine.
Yeet.
I hate that word.
It's okay, Mr. Andrew. You can learn our ways soon enough.
You make it sound like it's a cult.
It is.
It is. Is this seriously the only people that are coming in?
I don't know. Our class knows there's a Zoom, but they're not coming in.
Why?
I think they do at least. Like, at least 3 people read it.
Becky says she can't. So
Why can't what? She has school. The frick.
no, she says she's trying to go in, but it's not going in. The code, bro. The code is in the.
Bruh.
Look announcement.
How about I just send the code again to the chat? .us/J. What's the number? Come on, give me a room number. They could tell me the information. Here we go. There we are. 83-849-15-75-11. There we go. There you go. Hmm. Okay, so maybe it was just the meeting room. Nobody had it. 10, 11. Okay, I can start with 11. Can I just have a show of hands or show of virtual hands? How many people got the essay from the critique? Hajin got 2 and Delon. That's it. Maybe I'll try this the other way. Does anybody did not get an essay from a critique? Hiram?
Hello.
Yes, did you get an essay from your critic?
Yes.
Good. Tim, did you get an essay from your critic?
Wait, an essay?
Yeah.
Like
they
the
should
person
have-
I'm critiquing.
No. So,
Did I get my critique?
did you get somebody give you an essay saying this is what you should do to change your essay?
I got the first one, yes.
You've got the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you,
Oh, Mr. No, I didn't get the.
who was your critic?
My critic?
Yeah. Who checked your essay?
Hurim.
Who did?
Hurim.
So Hyorim, did you send Hajin the critique of her essay?
Not yet, cause
Sure.
it's for this week.
Not for the okay. I'm asking for the first week. You should have
First.
two. You should have two. You should have 2 people have sent you essays by Monday, so you can really go through the process of redrafting.
For first week, I got it.
Okay. Can we? I'll go through people one by one at the moment. I want to go through just in alphabetical order. Hyorim, have you
Yes.
sent an essay from to the person that you're critiquing in the first week, which was?
Yes, I have. It was Yetam.
Okay, you sent it to Yedam. Great. Hajin, did you send your essay to someone?
Yes.
Okay, great. Daniel, Delon, did you send your essay to
See, Tim.
Tim? You've done that?
See,
Okay. Yedam, did you send your essay to Jonathan?
Yes.
Kyle's not here.
he's
Okay,
never here.
He critiqued Becky. Becky, did you get his essay? Becky, did you get Kyle's essay?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it still harsh, or did he actually change some of the words?
What do you mean by harsh?
Well, he used phrases like, what he said wasn't wrong, but it could have been said in a nicer way.
I don't really care as long as he gets to the point.
Okay, all right. I would suggest this to most people. If you can phrase the way you critique someone, and most of you are doing this, into growth oriented. So instead of saying something that is definitive, like your argument is horrible, instead of saying your argument is horrible, why don't you go for a future focus and say your argument can be improved? Can you see that there's a subtle difference there?
Very small.
There's a subtle difference. The idea is that you want to be able to explain to someone that this is not a perfect piece. I mean, you might want to be able, you might want to, in your heart of hearts, you might want to go, this is the most horrible argument I have ever read. But what's better to say is, wouldn't it be better to do this and improve? It means that the person who's writing, there's hope for them. Don't kill other people's hope, please. Don't.
What if there is no hope?
Don't do what Mr. Hendro does. Don't kill your hope.
It's good to kill their hope.
Okay. All right. So who are we up to? We were up to Kyle. Elsa, you sent to Hyorim?
Yes.
Billy, you sent to Hajin?
Yes.
Becky, you sent to... Who did you send to?
Me.
Did she send? Did you send?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I sent it, and then he doesn't want to scroll up, so he asked me to send it again.
What?
Yes.
He's that lazy.
Becky. I need permission.
Okay. All
Oof.
right. Jiyoung, did you get Lucy's essay?
Yeah, she did. It's in the chat.
Not yet.
Okay, you got Lucy's essay.
Beep it up, beep boop.
GA, who did you send to? GA, did you send your essay to Hanbi?
Yes.
Good. And Jiyoung, you sent to Kyle, Jiyoung?
Yes.
Tim, you sent to Elsa?
Yep.
And Jonathan sent his to... Billy, Operation Pied Piper. Hanbi, you asked if you needed to send this to the other person. Did you send
Yeah,
it
I
to...
sent-
You sent to Karina?
yeah.
Karina,
Yeah.
are you here? Karina's not here.
Uh-oh.
I have not read Karina's essay yet. Let's see what it is. Oh,
Mr. Hendro.
it's actually pretty good.
Mm,
She sent it to Lucy. I have no idea if that got to Lucy. I'll have to find out. Okay, so that's the only one that I need to worry about is whether Lucy got Karina's essay because both of them are not here. All right, that's the only one that I'll need to follow up. Thank you. That's the administrative stuff out of the way. You may go if you win. You may go if you win. You may go if you wish. However, I would like to ask, what was the best critique that you got from someone else? What was most helpful?
Huh?
Did anybody get somebody's critique and go, whoa, that's really good. I can use that. What was the most useful piece of information that you got or the most useful critique?
I think so. I think that Jonathan pointed out that the argument was kind of irrelevant, and so I just kind of
That
tried to
add
fix
London operation freaking the
Can we
joining
not
point
use,
back.
can we just watch our language, John?
Okay, sorry. I said your argument was irrelevant. Your prediction is irrelevant. That's why I said you should make another prediction from adding this event, not change the whole event, because you still need the Operation Pied Piper to explain it.
That's actually a really big change. Was that helpful, Billy?
I'm not exactly sure what it means now.
All right. Well, you don't actually have to take on all the information from the critics. You can go, okay, I'll take that on board in terms of I'll accept that you said that, but I'm not going to change what I'm doing here for this reason and that reason. But if your arguments don't build towards a thesis, or your thesis does not build on the arguments, then it may not be a best fit. You may want to change either your thesis or your arguments. Okay. Did anybody else have another type of critique? I'm sorry, Billy. I really should not have let Jonathan talk over you, and I shouldn't have talked over you either. I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry. Would you like to continue talking, or?
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, so everybody didn't get anything good from their critics, I guess.
I did.
Okay, what did you get, Yedam?
But it was kind of similar to how Jonathan critiqued Billy
Okay.
about how the prediction may not be, or my argument may not be relevant to my prediction.
Who looked at your essay?
Yorin.
Hyorim. Oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
remember that. I remember that critique. That was an enormous bit of. That was more essay than. That was more essay than the essay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not upset. It was
Or-
good. It was good
Hyorim.
scholarly work. In fact, most
Yes,
times,
sir.
most times when you get a good scholarly article, it's in response to somebody saying something stupid in another scholarly article. Sorry, what I mean, something that you don't agree with in another scholarly article. See what I mean by having to pick your words carefully? I'm sorry, Adam. I feel like I'm failing horribly here at keeping everything peaceable and hopeful and encouraging.
We're all crying inside. Don't worry.
I really hope that's not the normal.
Can we go now?
You can if you want. You can sit and chat. Otherwise,
you.
if you want.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hendro. Bye bye.
I'll see you in science.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. See you later, Becky.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Jiyoung.
Daniel, are you not leaving?
He never leaves.
No. Mr. Hendro, if wait, my essay is about the Great Depression, and
Yep.
then the response from the critique I got was, you need to explain more about the coronavirus. But it's
This-
not my essay, so do I have to explain about the coronavirus?
Wait, this is from Becky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you have to look at something today, like something now, and something then. Now, you don't have to talk about coronavirus. I think that might just be an interpretation of Becky's that it has to relate to coronavirus now. That's not necessarily the case. If you don't want to talk about coronavirus, that's fine. If you just want to talk about the economic situation,
So
you might
it's-
just have coronavirus as like an aside point, the same way that you had the droughts, like a natural disaster,
Mhm.
was something that
Right.
started the Great Depression.
Is the critic, if I don't need to always fix what the critic people are telling me to fix, right?
No. However, okay, so you should always listen to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you can accept some of it, none of it, or all of it. Okay, you always have that choice. You can say, I don't want to accept anything of this, I want to accept all of this, or I want to accept some bits and not all.
Okay.
Okay, it's just that other human beings see things differently from you. So it's nice to have a fresh set of eyes to look at your work and say, "Ooh, that's interesting," or
Do you think I should put what coronavirus is? I mean, like, I didn't put it down because it's every day, and today everybody knows about it. So
right.
that's
It's the same way that if you were talking about diseases in, let's say you talk about the Black Death, we don't quite know if you're talking about pneumonic Black Death or
Is there another coronavirus?
yes, there are two right now.
There are two.
There's
So
been
should I change coronavirus to COVID-19?
No. Sorry. There are tons of coronaviruses. You have a coronavirus right now. probably. You have antibodies for some types of
But I have to
influenza.
change. So
No, 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 no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, 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 don't. It will be very clear historically what coronavirus is. In probably even in 1,000 years, there'll be enough records that people will know what coronavirus is and they can look it up. Basically, as long as you have the date and you mention coronavirus, people go, this essay is written at this time. It can't be the next one, for example. So
Okay.
I don't know if you'll get a COVID-20 next year.
COVID-20. That's
I don't
funny.
know, or COVID-21. I don't know. Anyway, I think it had to do with her perception that your nowadays thing has to be the coronavirus, which is not the case. You can talk about the nowadays thing being the economic problems.
Her whole essay is about you should explain what coronavirus is.
Correct.
What?
That's her opinion.
Yeah.
That's her opinion, and she's
just repeating it.
I understand. She repeats it in two ways, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's open up her essay. I wish she was still here, actually.
She quoted my quotes and then she asked me to explain what coronavirus is.
Okay, correct. So I haven't given. So
What do you think? What shall I do? What do you think my best advice is right now? Shall I?
Okay, so
take her advice.
My comments to her were. So I don't quite understand everything that she's written here. However, what was that? One page writing, 3 more. So okay, that was fine. Yeah, it felt like my comment to her was it felt like there was a lot of filler. Anyway, so a lot of what she's saying is, can you clarify? She may not know what the Great Depression is.
Mm-hmm.
Is the problem. Did you?
Okay.
Some people might not know what the Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that, but the second paragraph to the last, third paragraph.
Okay. So what she's asking here is clarification in your essay, and that's not a really bad critique. It's more a critique of your writing style. My personal critique of your writing style is you tend to have dot points. So when you make paragraphs, they really should be one sentence paragraphs rather than stuck together, because a paragraph works a little bit different than a sentence, but you think in sentences rather than in paragraphs.
Is that bad?
It just means you need to write smaller paragraphs. It's quite acceptable to have an essay with 15 sentences and 15 paragraphs.
Oh, okay.
That's quite acceptable. You don't have to have paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. That's not necessarily correct, but just normally what people do. Just a minute. CJ, can you get the cat off the bread? Thank you. Sorry, we have a cat burglar trying to eat our lunch.
Your lunch is a bread. I feel like you eat more.
Well, the bread's gonna have sandwich in it.
Okay.
Beetroot and lettuce and cheese and ham. Anyway, so when most people have an argument, if they want to say an argument, it was not clear what you were saying. That would be the last sentence in the paragraph. So it was not clear what you were saying. However, and then they would say, you said this and you said this, and this does not line up. And you might say, most people write this way to build towards an argument. It was not clear what your argument was in that paragraph. It seemed like there were 2. That's one paragraph with about 4 sentences in it.
Basically, I just need to clarify, right?
Yeah. So the way you write should be something that is the way you write should be that should be. It should be facts which help support your arguments. Your arguments should be organized in paragraphs.
Okay.
So if you want to say that the unemployment today is like the unemployment in the Great Depression, if you want to say that, you then should make that. I'll put this on. I'll put this in a bit inside here. If you wanted to say, great Okay. So if this is your main idea, you want to then have some supporting sentences. So some supporting sentences could include the following facts. You have
What are you looking at? My essay?
no. I just remember this is what you said. So you have unemployment statistics, you put them in. That unemployment statistic would be a sentence in a paragraph that supports you saying unemployment is similar to the Great Depression, or it's worse.
Okay.
You could also have what other things could, like you could have three sentences. You say, today the unemployment in America is this much. In 1930, the unemployment in America was this much. And then you say, these numbers are both super high. And you could say the average, the average unemployment over the last 40 years hasn't ever gone above 10%.
Okay.
So that shows that there's something unusual happening now, that the unemployment has spiked. Okay, so you're saying that the unemployment statistics are similar then and similar now. Okay, then you might want to point out that there is another similarity. So that's the first argument. Another similarity you could point out is, this would be another paragraph. It would be economic crisis happens after a natural disaster. Okay, you might want to say that, because there was you might say the droughts in the 1920s and coronavirus in 2020s. Okay, it means that people could not work. Restaurants are going to close. It's going to be a different business sector. It's going to be completely different. The difference is that in the 1920s, it was farmers. Farmers were the ones that were the worst hit. In the 2020s, it's going to be
everybody, right? Everybody's the same.
No. Yeah, but it's not the farmers. So farmers is a primary producer. They're people that make things. The people that are going to get the worst are people that have to be in contact with other people. So it's the sellers. So in the 1920s, it'll be the primary producers, and in 2020, it'll be the tertiary producers.
Okay.
You'll learn that.
Wait,
You'll
I
learn
have to
primary
explain
and
that.
tertiary. You'll learn primary and tertiary sector next year.
I have to explain that?
No, I'm just basically it's the difference between people making the stuff. So farmers, miners, loggers, people who take stuff from nature was the people that were most affected in the 1920s.
So back to the essay. So you want me to write a paragraph with like, so in a paragraph, there's going to be my main, what I'm trying to say and facts.
Yes. So you're trying to say something. You're trying to say something, and then you want to support why you believe this. So you want to say that the economic crisis, if you wanted to say economic crisis happens after a natural disaster, now I'm giving you an example of how it's different. An example of how it's different, you could say, in the 1920s, you had the primary sector that really suffered. That means there's less stuff for the manufacturers to make. If there's less stuff for the manufacturers to make, there's less stuff for the sellers to sell. It affects all levels of production. However, today, the people who farm, the people who mine, the people who log, they're still working. The people who fish, they're still working. The people who are making cars, building things, packing the meat, all that sort of stuff. Even the meat packers are having problems, but it's not all levels. The one that really is having problems are the people who are selling. And even the people who are selling, if you're a company like Amazon, you're still doing that. The companies that are doing poorly are things like restaurants. It's things like shops where people have to interact, hairdressers. Okay.
And barbers.
And barbers. I've never been to a barber in the last 10 years.
We could see that.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, so what points should I take from Becky's critique? First, I know the Great Depression. I think that I should
Okay.
explain
So
it.
the thing that I would take from her. This is so difficult to actually read.
I can imagine Becky reading it to me like this. Delon, your essays was actually very interesting, but I was able to learn more about the Great Depression.
Okay. I would take this bit here. This is a really unusual sentence she's written. What can the virus do to make the economy go down? She's trying to say you need to connect this economic downturn to the coronavirus. You need to explain the links specifically. So I'm going to comment here. You need to explain the connection between corona and economic downturn. That connection is not clear. You have made a comment like the economy is bad. There is coronavirus. They may not be connected. It's like saying, do red cars go faster?
No.
Yes, they do actually.
They do?
Yes.
Why?
Psychologically, actually. People who buy red cars are more inclined to drive them fast.
But it's not because it's red, right?
Wait. But the people who buy them because they're red. Can you see how the connection is not clear unless you explain the connection?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So if somebody who is a normal, sensible person goes, I think I'll buy a white car or a silver car or a black car that looks elegant, it looks sophisticated, it doesn't get too hot, except the black car. But people who buy red cars, they buy the car to go fast.
Zoom.
It's a personality thing.
Okay.
So if you have a certain color that's connected to a certain personality type,
Mm-hmm.
then you can make it's not correlational, it's causational. Red cars cause speed maniacs to buy them.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so that connection is not clear until you actually explain it. That's what I think she's saying.
Is there anything else?
Not really.
Okay.
I would just go with that for the moment.
Okay.
Capiche?
Also, it's Melody's birthday today.
I did not know that.
Now you know. Well, you just have to wait till science class.
Why would you know that?
Why would I know that? Because I talked to her. Duh. Because I know her birthday. Duh. Okay, goodbye.
She's my second.
He left.
I think there's a bit of embarrassment there.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
No worries. See you later, Tim.